Yo, what is going on? It is Thursday, February 5th, 4:40 p.m. No trades today. Had the bias play out perfectly. And it is now February 5th and I haven't hit a trade. It's been a rough year. But let's get into today and let me discuss how my bias did essentially play out perfectly. Alright, so coming into the day I was bearish overall. If we take a look, we had a pretty decent sell-off. Like we had like a 450 point sell-off damn near. That's ranging from Asia high to about where open was. Let's see, open was right here. So yeah, just a lot of points. A fuck ton of points. 400 points. Let's just say 400 points, right? So obviously I'm going to want to see a continuation of bearish order flow. The only problem is that if we take a look at the higher time frame, we had no valid sell side here. Would have been previous day low from yesterday already ran. Asia low already ran. London low already ran. We ran all the way down here. We have this sell side liquidity, just some stacked lows from East Bumblefuck November. So that is not at all strong drawn liquidity. That was the only reason why I would have wanted to see longs play out. Yes. Today we did have 8:30 news, 10 a.m. news, which we had already ran both highs by the time we seen open. Here, where's 8:15 news? Wait, was it 8:30 or 8:15? 8:30. Here's 8:30 news. As you can see, already ran the low, already ran the high pre-market. And then right at open, we had these equal highs and we had this hourly above. So we're opening here. I wanted to see an 1 minute inverse to the upside to get into this hourly gap, because I feel as though this hourly gap was going to play the full condition, and it did. I wanted to see if we could get into this hourly gap where we're going to bounce off, or we're just going to blow through it and continue higher, because the draws on liquidity, again, were all up here. We had nothing down here. We had intermediate lows that really aren't strong whatsoever. They're not strong. We still had that hourly on ES left alone as well. And I seen us Judas swing down. I was like, perfect. I would have taken this candle inverse, this candle inverse. Even on this one, I don't know how I would have reacted. Probably not. Yeah, I would have. Because I was so stern on this. Do we have an SMT at this low too? No, not really. We just had a liquidity sweep of all of this low resistance, all this internal range. But yeah, as you can see, then this candle was, watch this, a 103 point candle. So I never got my entry. We ran 54 points away from my entry point. Tagged these equal highs. Would have even gotten stopped out if it was a good close. Would have gotten stopped out had it been a good close. And then right to TP. So this was the ideal scenario that I was trying to get. I was trying to get, like, you know, maybe an entry right here. Could have done stop. These are not equal lows, by the way. As you can see, not equal lows. And could have just ran it to this hourly, take my 1.5 RRE. What if I would have done this? And call it a day. That was this is what I said pre-market that I wanted to see. I wanted something quick and up to here. And at 9:35, it delivered into here, or 9:38 fully murdered it. And then after that, we sold into here. Now, here was a trade that I seen Blake took that I would not find myself taking. And let me go over it. Yes, I love the SMT inside of this 15-minute, inside of this hourly. I love it. But we only had a 5-minute gap. And on this 5-minute gap, we inversed 50 points lower. 50 points below here. So this would have been my fucking trade. And on top of this being my trade, correct? What did we have at 10 o'clock? Red folder news. So I'm going to take a 5-minute closure right before news that could easily just wick us out. I don't know. It didn't make much sense to me. News definitely would have delivered me break even, or I don't know. It just didn't make much sense to me. Closing right on that news candle. Closing right on the open of that news candle didn't make much sense to me. I'm gonna be real. Not something I see myself taking. I seen Blake take it. I don't really get. He said A++. I don't really get it. I'm gonna wait and try to watch the video and learn. But after that, bro, just nothing on the day. We had no more valid draws on liquidity. As you can see, until about 11:15 is when we broke out of this 11:20 we broke out of that range, because we were just accumulating and we were still over 100 points away from this data high. So there was no liquidity to seek. There was no equal highs. There was no nothing to seek out. What I wanted to speak on is that I am like I said before, I have to be more risky. I have to be more discretional. I have to risk up as far as what setups I'm taking, and I'm gonna leave it simple as hell. And that's just what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna fucking speak my whole life story out on it. That's just straight up what the fuck I gotta do, because as I can see, this shit's not working. Back test, figure this shit out. Be more discretional. I'm able to read price and see where price is drawn to, but am I able to get my entries? No. Because why? Because I'm seeking stuff. I'm being too needy. I'm seeking too much. Like, hold on, let me find the exact word. My boy Eli told me it, like, straight up. Like, it's a really basic word. Picky. Like, why the fuck can I think of picky? I farted too. Yeah, I'm being way too picky. It's just gotta flow, dude. Like, this shit's just gonna start flowing, I promise. I know it. I have a feeling right here. Right in my heart. Yo, nipple reveal. Big ass nipples. It's like, nah. Big ass nipples, though. But yeah. Like, that's it. Just straight up, just gonna be more hands-on, more risk on, more discretional, more risky. That's gonna have to be the setups that I take. That's what plays out in this market. Obviously play through conditions, not damn, my boy Eli was really cooking when he said this. Hold up. He said don't use discretion as a coping mechanism for forced setups. So that's not what we're going to do. I want to be 100% honest with myself. That's what I come on here every single journal. I want to be honest with the people that eventually are going to be able to be taught by me, and myself, most importantly. Yeah. Damn, I need a fucking cut, bro. What the fuck? But yeah. So never going to use discretion as a coping mechanism as to why a trade failed. Obviously, we're going to need to fully see conditions. We're going to fully need to see the confluences before I do enter. All I'm saying is that a little bit more risky trades, a little bit more trades that I haven't taken before will be getting taken. On that note, I'm out. Peace, love, positivity.